that was domination. Like I said in my last video, I knew the Eagles would not lose this game. Why would we? Like, they had Luke Falk in, and they couldn't get anything going on offense. They got lucky with a muffed punt from Corey Clement that might have hit somebody's foot, but I don't know. I mean, it was lucky the way they scored. And then they went for two. 31-6 was the final score. As I stated in my last video, I predicted 31-7. I was close. I was 1 point off. It doesn't get much closer than that. They went for two. If they went for one, I would have been on point with my prediction of the score. I said we were gonna get in the backfield. We did exactly that. 10 sacks. We tripled our sack total. We had 3 coming into the game. We now have 16. We have 13. 13, my bad. Our defense looked insane. It was great. It looked good. The offense was a little slow, not going to lie. But the defense is what we were really worried about, and they came through big time. Nathan Geary with a first quarter interception, pick 6. Orlando Scandrick had a great game. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a touchdown. It looked great. The Eagles' defense looked great out there. They looked great. Carson Wentz looked good. He was making plays that only he can make. He ducked down on one play. He ducked down as he was about to get sacked and then threw it like 20 yards to Zach Ertz for the first down. That was a beautiful play by Wentz. I mean, he's making plays like he was doing in 2017 when he should have won MVP. The game yesterday was relaxing. You knew coming into the game that the Eagles were gonna win the football game. I knew that, and so did a lot of other people. We just had those feelings that the Eagles were gonna come out and they were gonna win a football game. Not much I can really say that was like in the negative. A couple drop passes. Play calling was a little iffy at times when they decided to run Sproles on 3rd and 20. That obviously wouldn't have worked. But other than that, it was really it was a dominant win by the Eagles. And that's all you can really ask for with a team that's now 0-5. Like, they're not a good football team. 0-4, 0-5. They're not a good football team. They have a 3rd-string quarterback playing. You can't... It shouldn't have been competitive, and it wasn't. And that's exactly what we needed. The defense stepped up. Brandon Graham, 3 sacks. I mean, that's all you can really ask for on a defense on playing a terrible team. They did exactly what we needed them to do. And that was great. They scored 2... They got 2 touchdowns. Wentz didn't have 1. No, he had 1. But Jordan Howard had 1. Defense had 2. Ertz had 1. And then the Jake Elliott field goal. I mean, it was a dominant win. And that's what we needed. The defense needed to step up. They did. Hopefully that gives them a little bit of confidence going into Minnesota next week. That it's going to be not the Jets. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, especially going into Minnesota. Now, the 4 o'clock game, the game of the week, Green Bay versus Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys lost. They choked. Not that they would have won even if they kicked the field goal, but they choked. Brett Maher misses a field goal, wide right. and they ended up losing the game. They were down 23-0 at one point in the game. So the Eagles and the Cowboys are now tied for first place in the division. The Cowboys technically own the tiebreaker as of right now just because they have 2 division wins and we only have 1. But we only played 1 division team. I mean, they played 2 and they were the worst 2 in the league. Jets and Redskins. They both are terrible. We play the Cowboys in 2 weeks. It's going to be a fun game. A very intense bloodbath game. It's going to be insane. That game's going to be fun to watch. In Dallas, this could very well be for the first place. It could very well be for that. Aaron Rodgers though, he just dominates Dallas. Whenever he didn't even have that good of a game yesterday. Whenever he goes into AT&T Stadium, he comes out with a win. 5-0 all time there. Once in the playoffs. He just knows something about Aaron Rodgers' Packers teams just do good in Dallas. I don't know what it is, but I mean we needed them to lose and they did. I'm excited for this Vikings game. I think it could be a little bit of a test with our cornerbacks and our secondary not being the best. Hopefully we get Jalen Ramsey by then. I doubt it because the Jaguars are refusing to trade him even though he wants to get traded. I won't understand that. I don't understand that. But Thielen and Diggs they're no slouches. They're good receivers. Especially Thielen is a great receiver in this league. Not saying that Diggs isn't, but he's not as good as Thielen. Not to me. I don't think so. It's going to be a challenge. I mean, we do very well against Kirk Cousins, and we've done pretty well against the Vikings for the past couple years. But going into Minnesota is definitely going to be a different environment. I don't think it should be a problem. We all know that the Eagles fans are gonna be there in Minnesota and they're gonna be there. The Eagles fans travel well, just like every other fan in Philadelphia. You see Flyers fans all the way in LA some games. Eagles fans travel, they'll be there. We all know that. And then we play the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. It's gonna be a great game. That's all I can say. It's going to be a great game. And then we play the Bills at Buffalo, and we should win. Even though right now they're 4-1 and they could be 6-1 by that time, I think we should beat the Bills. That's just me. I do think they won yesterday 14-7 against the Titans. I mean, I think we beat the Bills. And then we come back home and play the Bears. The Bears is going to be a good game. Their offense is not... They're not good. Mitch Trubisky is having a terrible year. But their defense is insane. Khalil Mack could be arguably the best defensive player in the league. He could be. And they just have great players. Eddie Jackson's also a great player. He led the league last year in points on defense. Touchdowns on defense. He's a good player. But yesterday's game was just great. It was a fun game to watch. I mean, you didn't have to be pulling your hair out over, are we gonna win? Is it gonna go into overtime? Is it this? Is it that? No. I mean, Luke Falk was not good. 10 sacks on the day. I mean, that's just it's just you could tell that Jets team did not want to be there yesterday. They didn't want to be there. 10 sacks is unreal. We had three sacks coming into the game. Brandon Graham had 3 sacks himself yesterday. It was a great win. I'm excited for next week in Minnesota. There will be a video about that in a couple days. But other than that, great win. Improved to 3-2. Tied for first place in the division. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my last couple videos. Flyers video, Eagles video. Like them up. Keep subscribing. 110 subscribers. I've only been doing this for about 2 weeks. That's great. It's only the beginning. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Go Birds.